Did you know that 92% of people fail to achieve their New Year's resolutions? Yes, you read that right, only 8% succeed. But why? Is it because we're not working hard enough, or is there something else going on? Here's the shocking part. The secret to hitting your goals doesn't lie in working more hours or simply trying harder. In fact, studies show that the real key is using science-backed strategies that most people don't even know about. In this video, we'll show you proven techniques that top entrepreneurs use to achieve their goals. These aren't the same old tips you've heard before. We're talking about methods backed by real data, psychology, and neuroscience, strategies that will actually change the way you think about success. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap for turning your 2025 goals into reality. You won't just dream big, you'll achieve big. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Rewiring your brain for success. Neuroscience of goal achievement. Ever wonder why some people seem to achieve their goals effortlessly? It all comes down to how the brain is wired. Research shows that our brains are incredibly adaptable. According to neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman, your brain can form new neural pathways every time you work on a goal. This means that with the right mental training, you can literally reshape your brain to be more goal-oriented. The first step is visualization. Studies show that when athletes imagine performing their sport, their brain activity mimics actual performance. For entrepreneurs, this means visualizing success can prime the brain to act on it. Combine this with mindfulness practices, and you have a recipe for sustained focus. Just 10 minutes a day can rewire your brain to stay more present and proactive in your goal pursuit. Chapter 2. The power of micro goals. Achieve big by starting small. One of the biggest reasons goals fail is because they feel too overwhelming. But here's the truth. Big goals don't get done by focusing on their enormity. Instead, break them into micro goals. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that breaking down tasks into small chunks can reduce anxiety and improve task completion by 40%. Instead of aiming to grow your business, set a micro goal like schedule 10 sales calls this week. These small wins build momentum, and before you know it, you've achieved far more than you planned. Entrepreneur James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, calls this the power of aggregation of marginal gains. Small actions, repeated consistently, compound into massive success. Chapter 3. The 2-hour rule. How time compression makes you more productive. Did you know the most successful entrepreneurs spend only about 2 hours a day on their most important tasks? Studies show that time compression, working intensely for short bursts, can actually make you more productive than spending endless hours at your desk. This is where techniques like the Pomodoro technique come in, where you work for 25 minutes and take a 5-minute break. This helps you maintain focus without burning out. In fact, Harvard Business Review states that taking regular breaks during your workday increases productivity by 35%. Why? Because our brains can only stay focused for about 90 minutes before they need rest. So, compress your most challenging work into shorter periods, and you'll be amazed at how much you can get done. If you're finding this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get more strategies that will transform your goal-setting journey. Chapter 4. Fail faster, learn quicker. Turning setbacks into stepping stones. We all face setbacks. But here's the key: fail faster. The faster you fail, the quicker you learn and adapt. Research from the University of California shows that successful entrepreneurs fail an average of 3 times before they hit it big. In fact, every failure teaches you something that drives your future success. Take the example of Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He failed over and over but always learned from his mistakes. This approach is known as failing forward, and it's essential for entrepreneurs. The more you embrace failure, the faster you'll get closer to your goal. Chapter 5. Habit stacking. The secret to seamless productivity. If you're struggling to build habits, you might not be stacking them properly. Habit stacking is a strategy where you link a new habit to an existing one. For example, after brushing your teeth, you might take 5 minutes to review your goals. This makes it easier to adopt new habits because you're not trying to build something from scratch. James Clear's book Atomic Habits shows that stacking habits increases the chances of them sticking by 50%. The trick is to attach your new habit to something you already do consistently. It doesn't need to be complicated. Start simple, like, after my morning coffee, I will write down 3 things I'm grateful for. Over time, these small habits will compound and make you more productive. Chapter 6. The 10x Reality. How to set goals that actually push you. Setting big goals is often intimidating, but that's exactly why you should do it. The 10x rule, popularized by Grant Cardone, teaches you to set goals that are 10 times bigger than what you think is achievable. But here's the catch. When you aim for something huge, you unlock creativity and solutions you wouldn't have considered with smaller goals. Research backs this up. Studies show that setting stretch goals that are higher than what you believe is possible, actually increases innovation and effort. Entrepreneurs who set these kinds of goals tend to push beyond their limits, achieving results that go far beyond the ordinary. Think about Elon Musk and his goal to colonize Mars. Impossible, right? But look at how SpaceX has pushed boundaries and made progress toward that goal. Conclusion: achieving your goals in 2025 isn't about brute force, it's about working smarter. By rewiring your brain, breaking goals into micro tasks, managing your time wisely, learning from failures, stacking habits, and aiming big, you'll be able to accomplish more than you ever thought possible. The evidence is clear, these strategies work. Now it's up to you to implement them and see the results for yourself. So, how will you approach your goals this year? Let's make 2025 the year you stop dreaming and start achieving.